how do we know if we missed the hormesis curve? In other words, after starting at 0.5 milligrams daily and titrating up with no change or improvement up to 6 milligrams, do I just stop and start over with microdosing, much lower doses? I would say that a lot of times it's how long you take it. I think you have to take it for a solid 3 months before you say it doesn't work. And I think a lot of times you can titrate up by 2 weeks, but some patients don't need to titrate at all. They can start right at 4.5 and then they take that for 3 months and then they'll start to see a benefit. So don't just think if it's been 2 weeks that it's not going to work for you, because a lot of times that's not long enough. Do you guys see that too?
Agree.
Yes, I would agree. I would even say like 3 to 6 months even. I don't know about going back down and microdosing. I mean, it's always an option, but I would say, yes, make sure that they've given it at least 3 to 6 months to see if there's any benefit.
We did have a survey years ago, which was really interesting. We asked people how long it took before they started improving. And a lot of these autoimmune conditions are progressive diseases. And people were saying that they had no further progression, but they didn't have any symptom relief. And they took it for 15 to 18 months. And there were several of them in that group who said they had no symptom relief for 15 to 18 months and suddenly they started improving. So I don't understand how or why, but they didn't get any further progression. It halted the progression, but they didn't get symptom relief till a lot further down the road. So they were pleased that they hadn't given up and stopped taking it.
My favorite is the patient who says it doesn't do anything for them, and then they stop, and then they start ordering about a month or 2 later because they realize it was helping them. And so then all of a sudden you start seeing their refills go back through because they noticed that now all of a sudden maybe they're not doing as well as they were. So sometimes you don't even notice until you go off of it.
Exactly. For myself, I went downhill very rapidly with my MS. And every time something else became numb, something else didn't work properly, I noticed every single thing, and it was nearly daily, something else. But then when you start to improve, your mind is amazing. It forgets, you just improve. And it's not like, hey, my fingers aren't cramping up anymore, or, oh, the bottom of my leg isn't numb anymore. You don't do that. You just forget. So it's really hard to remember, which is what you're saying, Sam, is that when you stop, all those things come back and it's just like, hey, yes, I'd forgotten. Yeah. So it's good to keep a diary. That's where I was going with that.
Yes.